So we have another practice stroke today. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on some orchids. And I've got my double loader loaded. I've got floating medium and I've got citrus and sap green. I'm going to take and split my brush. This is a 16 flat. I'm going between the two paints. And I'm using multi-surface paint today. So it's got all kinds of surfaces it goes on: glass, metal, ceramic, canvas, wood. So it's wonderful. It's got a sealer in it. So it's going to be making it user-friendly for you. We don't use water. We use floating medium. All right. And this is my double loader. It has a lid and another lid that keeps it for like 30 days. And it's a great tool. And I like tools. All right. So this is some scrapbooking paper that I used to make years ago. And I'm going to pull the stem for the orchid. Okay. Let's keep this right here. I got a teeny bit of medium because this brush is seeming a little dry. All right. And one of the things, I'm going to have some of the little orchids that come off of this main stem. All right. I've got a lot of orchids given to me lately, mostly a lot of white ones, but I have this color in a little pot. All right. So now what happens? I want you to see, let's get medium and work this in. So you pick up by separating your brush, and then you come here and work it in together. And then you're going to have a lot of paint on this brush. So I'm going to come out very smoothly and then come back. And that's pretty much how most of the orchid leaves look. All right, I'm sorry. I need to keep coming back and getting more paint. All right, so smooth out, smooth back. And that's just one of the leaves that you might see. And then I like to take a stem in the middle. All right, so I can come in here and take a little bit up, a little bit smaller, medium, and pull back. All right, so that's going to give you blending, shading, and highlighting as we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is there's different ways that orchids usually are built. So I want to show you. I'm going to probably use my 16 flat because I want you to be able to see well how they're built. These are practice strokes. I want you to know that you need to do homework with this and work with it till it feels comfortable. So I wet this, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do about half and half when I pick it up. I come right here and really, really, really work it in, pushing very hard. Then I pick up more, and then I go back and forth. Okay, I can tell you, I see water in this brush. If you lay down, you can watch it work out. So you come back here, and you don't push as hard the second and third time. Okay. This color is Juneberry and Wicker White. I don't know if I told you it's citrus and sap green. Excuse me. All right, so let me just do one over here to the side for you to see first. All right, so the thing that with orchids is they have this back petal. Some other flowers do have that also. Let me put this right here. I'm going to dip white, flatten it right there. Then we have it pointing like a triangle. So look at this. You've got one here. And then we're going to come right here and another one here. All right. So these three are basically the same petal. Let me put some more paint. I lost some of the color. Just do more paint here, there. I could even break it up and do it two sides. Just get a nice tip. Nice tip. All right, so it's a triangle. Do you see that? All right. I just want you to see without the glare. All right. So then what happens is that you have different kinds of orchids. Excuse me. So what's going to happen? Sometimes there's a trumpet in here. makes a big, pretty blossom here. And this right now, the next step kind of looks like a pansy. So I'm going to go back in here, a nice pure white showing, and I'm going to make a petal that comes right in here, and it's smooth and it comes back. All right, so it comes right up here, smooth, and it comes back. All right, so far, that's what we have. Now, when you practice this, I'm going to go ahead and show you that I would put that there, then I would come way out here, and I'm going to put a couple smaller ones. I'm using the same brush, I'm just not pushing as hard. So I would go along here and all of these that I want, and I would do all this part of them into that triangle. And we're going wet on wet. So remember, you don't have to let everything dry. You got enough paint, no water, that when you're stroking this, I don't even need medium because I'm putting enough paint on the brush and I'm doing a single stroke that it blends shades and highlight as you go. All right. So I'm holding this up so the light doesn't glare. All right. So then I'm going to come right here for that side petal, right here for this side petal. Is it looking like an orchid? There you go. This takes practice. I'd like you to practice and put your homework on Donna Dewberry's official one-stroke group. Come join us over there. These are the most watched videos I have, are these practice strokes, because you're doing your homework, you're watching them over and over and getting this down pat. All right. So this is how they hang. I've got all white ones out in my garden, I was telling you. All right. So I am now going to take, for this bottom part of this orchid I like, I'm going to take the daffodil yellow and a little bit of Juneberry. Now I could just go like this and then come over here and work it in. But this is the difference. I want 2/3 daffodil, 1/3 Juneberry on a 12 flat brush. All right. So this is what I want to do first. I'm going to come in here and come back up. So I'm going to come in here, come back up. And you know what? You could just do that and nothing else, and it still looks like a pretty orchid. All right. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a touch of white. You see that? I've got the daffodil yellow. Now I'm adding a little bit of white to it. All right. So this is what I want to do. I want to have the dark on, the dark still there. And because I want it dramatic, I'm going to come right here and I'm going to curve it over to there. So let's get more white because it's not showing. All right. So right here and curve it to where I started there. Now watch this. I'm going to come right here and curve it to there. All right. So a little teeny bit less over here to there. Same thing over here. And I can turn here and here. All right. So I can move that away. All right. So now after I've gotten this part, this is the part that's going to be fun in here as you come back. And shade in here. Just making sure you see that really nice Juneberry. Right. Okay, so now what's going to happen? we are going to come along here with floating medium, which is in the middle here, and a little bit of Juneberry. So I'm going to come right there. Can you see it right there? And make it, we'll lay this on a paper towel so it's just a little bit of Juneberry. All right. So one of the things that happens is that you can come in here and shade in between here to set that back. But then what you're going to do is you're going to shade in here around to give you this illusion of this petal having, it comes in and then it goes out and around. All right. So it gives you some depth in here. So see, I can come along there and along here. So on each one of these, I'm going to bring some dark. And let's do that again here too. There. And there. Okay, I have picked up some yellow. I want to make sure I take that off. Okay, so now what happens? The white didn't show much, so I can come right back. I can come right back, grab some white with this brush, and I can come right in here and bring it around. All right, same thing happens here. You can push it and bring it around. All right. Now, on these, they might be white enough that I won't have a problem. So I really like to kind of show you that. If I come in here and I have the white really stand out. So you might want to do a little bit more than 1/3 white because I want that to show. All right. So. All right, so I'm going to go back to this 12. And so I had to add the white there. And then all I do is come in here and add a yellow right there to finish that off. All right, but if I come in here with a 12 and that medium again, and I touched the Juneberry, all right. All right, let me blow dry this. All right, I just set that a little bit by blow drying that. All right, so here we go again. We are going to come in here and come out and around. Okay, and see how that makes that, it makes the petal look like it's, I'm going to come up closer. It makes that petal look like it's gone in and out. And so it scoops like, isn't that pretty good? Especially in here where I'm coming in, around, and disappear. So isn't that nice? So when you do it this way and you have enough white, then you don't have to keep going back and adding white. But just remember that we want this really strong Juneberry in between here. And right in here. Okay. So every place right here, coming back up. See, there's steps, but the same step is over and over and over. I'm just doing more than one, so you can catch, maybe you miss it on one, but you catch it on another one. The look that you're trying to go for. All right. So you could do a white orchid and use citrus green for all these shadings I'm showing you. So I'm going to pick up the daffodil yellow and finish each one of those off. And there you go. So I'm going to come in here with the yellow and bring it out a little bit more. I've got the white with the yellow here and the white with the yellow on the outside. All right. So it's all about floating extra colors in there and getting back to it. Thank you for being on with me today. Please practice and share. Love to see you do that. Thank you.